So for this deep dive, we're starting with a pretty uncomfortable truth, one that the research we looked at tackles right away. We're living in this age that's supposed to be freer than any other, more connected, more of everything.
Right, more abundant.
And yet, most of us have this feeling that we're not actually in control of our own lives. We feel, I don't know, pulled, distracted, just exhausted all the time.
And the material gives a really clear reason why. It's not some, grand conspiracy.
No.
Our inner freedom wasn't violently stolen from us. It was bought, piece by piece.
Bought with what?
With the cheapest currency there is. Momentary pleasure, little hit of ease.
A few seconds of entertainment.
Exactly. We traded self-mastery for a tiny bit of stimulation, and we did it so many times we never even noticed the price we were paying.
That's a really powerful way to put it. Okay, so our mission here is to unpack that, to look at the choices and the environmental things that are eroding our freedom.
And then find the strategy, the path to getting it back.
Let's start with that trade-off mechanism. The sources say every time we mindlessly scroll or just tap our phone to avoid silence,
We're making a choice.
we're giving up a tiny piece of our inner liberty. We are literally practicing being controlled.
And it's the compounding effect of that, isn't it? You don't lose your ability to focus in one day.
No.
But you make those little surrenders day after day for years. And eventually you feel like you've lost touch with that stronger version of yourself.
And the research is clear. This isn't just about willpower.
No, not at all. It argues that the environment itself is just.
Yeah.
It's too powerful to fight with willpower alone.
You mentioned supernormal stimuli earlier. Can you break that down? What does that term actually mean?
That is a critical idea. A supernormal stimulus is basically any content that's engineered to be more intense than reality.
Brighter, faster.
Brighter, faster, more dramatic.
Yeah.
It offers rewards much faster than real life ever could. A real conversation is slow. A social media feed is like 1,000 conversations packed into 30 seconds.
So our environment is designed to read our instincts.
And exploit them. It exploits our loneliness, our impatience, our moments of weakness. It's all very predictable.
If our environment is built to beat our willpower, we need to look at what we're actually running toward. And the sources say something pretty dark here.
They do.
That we're not really addicted to pleasure itself.
Yeah.
We're addicted to temporary oblivion.
Exactly. It's an anesthetic. We're using that cheap pleasure to run away from ourselves.
To run from the big questions.
The necessary questions that we've just put off for too long. Am I happy? Is this the right path for me? What am I really doing with my life?
So we're not seeking a good life, we're
seeking the moment where all that internal pressure just vanishes for a few seconds.
But wait a minute. We all need to relax, right? We need downtime. How do you tell the difference between healthy rest, like watching a movie with family, and this oblivion seeking?
That's the key distinction. Healthy relaxation recharges you for life. You feel more capable afterward. Seeking oblivion is a passive escape that just drains you even more. The signal is how you feel when you're done.
If you feel heavy, anxious, guilty,
That's the sign. You were running away, you weren't resting. True rest, the material says, never leaves you feeling worse about yourself.
that really highlights the contrast with the past. Historically, real pleasure, good food, good company, finishing a hard job.
It all required effort. It required labor, trust, responsibility. You had to earn it.
And because it was scarce, it was valuable.
It was. Now, a phone and a Wi-Fi connection turned the world into what the research calls a fast food mental counter.
We just swipe to consume.
Instead of building a life, we consume experiences.
Which leads to that really strange modern paradox. We have more options than ever, but we feel totally stuck. So much information, but we're confused, so much connection.
And yet, so lonely. Profoundly lonely.
The sources are great because they point to these tiny, specific moments where this erosion happens. Let's talk about the morning trap.
Right.
You wake up, you intend to do something meaningful, read a book, plan your day.
But before you're even fully awake, what does your hand do?
Reaches for the phone.
Automatically. You tell yourself, oh, just a quick check.
And then 10, 20 minutes are just gone, vaporized.
And when you finally put the phone down, you don't feel ready for the day. You feel heavy, scattered, a little bit defeated already.
That's the moment you lose self-respect for the day.
And the evening void is the mirror image of that. All the noise of the day stops, and those difficult questions, they start to whisper again.
So you grab the screen, you need something loud, something fast, something that requires zero thought.
Zero self-reflection, and what we call downtime is often just sustained escape. We aren't recharging, we're just running from the reality of how we're living.
And the cost isn't just time.
No. The cost is our attention span, our patience, our ability to focus on anything slow and meaningful, and ultimately, our ability to feel real joy. The world starts to look gray when your brain is just burned out on artificial light.
Okay, let's zoom out to the system itself. This digital environment, it's not neutral.
Far from it. The sources call it a highly optimized system.
Platforms don't just show us things, they're measuring us. We're not users. We're the raw material.
That's one of the most chilling insights. They measure every tap, every pause, how fast you scroll. They're constantly refining the algorithm based on your personal weaknesses.
So they're gathering more than just how much time we spend.
Oh yeah. They're measuring the exact moment your attention drops off. They know what kind of content will hook your curiosity just before you put the phone down.
They're perfecting a formula for dependence.
By exploiting our most primal instincts, fear, scarcity, connection, our brains are hardwired to pick what feels good right now. The system always wins because swiping takes no effort and thinking or having a real conversation. That's slow. That's hard.
Which leads to that loop of self-blame. Why am I so weak?
Right.
But the sources offer a huge perspective shift here. They say no one can be strong in an environment that is scientifically engineered to make them weak.
Exactly. The weakness isn't some deep personal flaw. It's a consequence of the environment and of all that repeated avoidance.
So we should stop asking, why am I weak? And start asking,
what in my environment is making strength impossible? The first sign of wisdom isn't discipline. It's recognition.
recognizing the chains.
Yeah, recognizing the chains, admitting you're running away. Because only then can you start looking for the one link you need to break instead of just pulling against the whole thing.
Okay, that feels like a perfect pivot to strategy. If this isn't about slogans or just trying harder, what's the actual plan?
The material is very clear. Real change comes from consistent small steps, not from some huge sudden effort.
So what are the pillars of that strategy?
There are three, and the first one is by far the most powerful: controlling the environment. The rule of thumb is that your environment dictates something like 80% of your discipline.
So it's less about internal struggle and more about external engineering.
Precisely. You engineer friction. You make the wrong path just a little bit harder and the right path a little bit easier.
Like leaving your phone in another room for the first hour of the day.
Exactly. That small physical barrier is enough to interrupt the unconscious habit, or disabling all non-essential notifications. Create friction.
But what if you're, I don't know, a parent or a professional and you feel you have to have your phone nearby?
Then you create digital friction. You bury the addictive apps in a folder that's 3 screens away. You set hard time limits. The key is to design your environment for the person you want to become, not the person you are right now.
Okay, pillar number 2, controlling the mind.
This is more of a mental practice. It's about realizing that a desire is just a signal, it's not a command.
So you don't fight the urge.
You observe it. You pause, and you just ask yourself, what's really going on here? What unmet need is this impulse trying to solve?
Loneliness, boredom, fatigue.
Right. And when you understand the root cause, the surface level urge starts to lose its power. You can then address the real problem.
Which brings us to the third pillar, which feels like the foundation for everything else. Clarity of life direction.
It is. The argument is that if you don't have a clear, compelling vision for who you are trying to become, you'll always get pulled by the easiest comfort in the moment.
But if you're clear that you're building a more focused person, a more present partner,
then the cheap pleasures start to look, well, cheap. They conflict with your identity. They're no longer tempting.
And this is where those small victories are so important. It's not about becoming a new person overnight.
No, it's about reading just 2 pages of that book or closing the laptop 5 minutes early.
Those small wins rebuild self-respect.
They reinforce the identity of someone who is actually in control. And if you do this consistently for 30, 60, 90 days, the promised land isn't perfection, it's stabilization. Your mental energy stabilizes.
That sounds like real freedom. And I love the point the sources make about real joy coming back.
Yes.
That small things like a walk outside or a real conversation, they get their color back because your mind isn't constantly burned out anymore.
And the deepest change of all is the quiet return of self-respect. You stop forcing yourself to be disciplined, which always feels like a fight.
And you start choosing the new way.
You choose it because the old way, the path of escape, it starts to feel like a stale, closed room you've already left. The new way is just a better quality of life.
The ultimate freedom isn't the freedom to do whatever you want. It's the freedom to not be pulled by the easiest thing.
And that really gives us the true measure of success on this whole journey. If one morning, after months of this practice, you open your eyes and you realize you don't need anything external to fill you up.
No phone, no news, no fix.
Nothing. Just your own breath and the feeling of being present is enough. That's the moment. That's the moment you know you've found true inner self-mastery. That's the foundation you can build the rest of your life on.